Hey, what's up everybody? This is Osterberg501 and today I want to go over one of the best solo gold farms in Dragonflight. And this is going to be located in the Azure Span, and this is going to be commonly known as the Jerky farm because one of the main things you're going to be farming here is called Tuskar Jerky. And I've actually done this farm location as a group farm a few weeks ago. But the reason this farm is still so lucrative and can be really lucrative even solo is because this Tuskar Jerky is still selling for 300 gold because these are used to get one of the secret mounts in Dragonflight. Essentially what those are is you have to do a handful of things. You just turn in 20 of a bunch of different random resources, Tuskar Jerky being one of those, and this is pretty much the only place you can actually farm this, and this spot does not have hyper spawning. So you can't bring a group here, stand in one area, and kill thousands of enemies an hour like you can in most other places. So Tuskar Jerky still has much less quantity on the auction house. And like I mentioned, I've done another video going over this spot as being a group farm, but I want to start doing more solo farms like my last video, that's the farming route. And I want to do more mob grinding solo farms as well. And this is one of the best. And like mentioned, this isn't a hyper spawning area, so you're pretty much just going to be going around to all of the different camps in this general area. And you can just look in the footage, the general area I'm going. And even if you're a bit higher geared, you still should have a decent amount of enemies to constantly be killing. Going from camp to camp, I'm on a 380 plus geared Shadow Priest in this footage, and I'm just right around the sweet spot where I can kill everything quick enough to constantly be going to the next camp when enemies are spawning, but not killing it too quick to where I'm going to be sitting there waiting or just killing like solo enemies in the outskirts of this area. Since this is a mob grinding area, you're going to want to be on your character that has tailoring and enchanting, and I've gone over this before, but you're going to be able to make so much more gold having these professions with specific specializations, specifically the professions to get more cloth drops from killing enemies, be able to get new types of cloth from enemies, and the enchanting specs that allow you to get mystic items, which will also be allowing you to get epic mystic items to disenchant for resonant shards, which are still going for 3,000 gold apiece on my server. So having both of those is going to give you a lot more gold, and that's the case with all mob grinding areas in Dragonflight. Without those two professions, you're making a lot less gold. And also, this farm actually just got better because Blizzard recently nerfed the big AoE cloth farming area that's been widely used, widely known about, that's also in the Azure Span, where you could kill, I think, upwards of like 6,000 or 8,000 enemies in an hour. Probably the most ridiculous AoE mob grinding spot that's ever been in the game. That was recently nerfed, and that was a massive supplier of all cloth drops, all humanoid drops in the expansion, including enchanting materials from mystic items and all the different cloths you could get from tailoring. So that means any other farms that can also get those resources just went up in value because that place was so ridiculous. Even right before it got nerfed, you could still make 100,000 gold or more in an hour. Even at this point in the expansion, absolutely ridiculous. This means you'll probably be seeing any of those resources going up in price, and you can get a handful of those resources from this farm as well. So to go through some of the stuff you'd be getting here, you'll be getting a decent amount of raw gold. I was able to get right around 1,800 raw gold from just looting enemies and selling all the grays for an hour. You could probably get a little bit more than that if you optimize the route a little bit more. I was still kind of testing going in different directions or going in different areas here. Then I was able to get 120 jerky in an hour. Like I mentioned, 300 gold apiece, 36,000 gold from that. Then I was able to get 300 frostbitten cloth in an hour, and these have gone up a little bit, so that's giving right around 3,000 gold. But like I mentioned, a lot of this was being farmed from that spot we just mentioned that was nerfed. So I would expect frostbitten cloth to probably go up quite a bit. I think it went up like a 3 gold jump in a day, which is why it's at right around 10 gold right now. I would probably expect that's going to go up even more. Then we got 360 wilder cloth for right around another 1,000 gold. And again, with that, a lot of that was being farmed from that spot as well, so you'll probably see a decent jump in the price of that. Then we got 90 enchanting dust for 360 gold. We got 15 vibrant shards for another 600 gold, and we got 4 resonant shards for 12,000 gold. Now, all 3 of those enchanting materials I think are going to be going up in price a lot as well. because again, a lot of people with enchanting, with the mystic specialization, were farming that spot and just getting dozens and dozens of even epic materials an hour. So Resonance Charge is still at 3,000 gold right now. They went up a little bit, and I would expect the other two to probably go up a little bit as well. Then we got 900 Tatter Cloth for a little over 200 gold. We got 60 Bolts of Cloth for right around 300 gold. Those are also additional things you can get from the tailoring specializations. Then just some additional random stuff because you're killing some animals here, and that just equals out to right around 100 gold. This is right around a 55,000 gold an hour farm while being completely solo. Again, remember, I was doing this completely solo, and this is the amount of gold you could expect to make at this farm if you're around my item level. So probably like 375 to 380, you should be right around the power level I'm at. And if you're doing this on a less geared character, I would recommend going and buying the lowest quality version of Files of Glacial Fury. These are flasks for this expansion, and this one gives you an AoE damaging proc that gets increased damage for every new target you've attacked recently. So this can do quite a lot of AoE damage and help you out if you're on a not so geared character. But that's pretty much all I want to go over for this farm. Very, very good solo farm. I would recommend doing it. But subscribe if you want to see more World of Warcraft or MMO videos. Leave a like if you liked the video. Leave a comment down below what you guys think about this solo farm. And thanks for watching.